The newest Deputy Prime Minister of the UK, Angela Rayner, is in the news a lot. Recently, there has also been a spike in her illness and health condition a lot, so did something happen to her? Find out everything about that here along with her latest health updates. Angela Rayner's mental health struggles. Angela Rayner has always been vocal about mental illnesses after her own mother suffered from a bipolar diagnosis that caused her to have a very troublesome childhood. Most recently, she sat down with ITV News deputy political editor Anushka Ostona, whose late brother also suffered from BPD, to speak briefly about her experiences. Rayner has continuously repeated how an early diagnosis of her mother may have saved her and her siblings from a terrible childhood. She remembers not being able to put into words what her mother and their family were facing subsequently because of her. For me, it wasn't a title or condition. It was more, why is my mum different? My friends, their mums were able to have their clothes ready in the morning for them for school, they would make their breakfast, the Labour Party representative recounted. She explained that if her friends' parents refused to let her join them for tea because it was the second day in a row, she would call them to ask. She would wait while perched on the curb. I always remember feeling hungry as a child, she said. She was inquired about any remorse she may have when she addressed the delay in her mother's diagnosis. I wonder if my brother would still be alive today if he had known that knowledge 10 years ago. My mum spent weeks in hospital when she didn't need to be in hospital. If she had got the intervention early on, and the support early on, she would not have ended up in that crisis point, admitted Rayner. Rayner was in the ICU for 8 months. Rayner disclosed that she and her infant boy were kept in intensive care for 8 months while there was uncertainty about their 2 homes. You see, the deputy leader of Labour was amidst being accused of fabricating information about her living situation by using 2 different addresses in official correspondence during the pregnancy. You've got to understand, I had a teenager and I had 2 babies. My son was born at 23 weeks, I spent 8 months in intensive care with him. I wasn't really bothered about where my clothes were on a certain night or anything, the 44-year-old spoke out at the time. But my house was Vicarage Road. I paid all my bills there. That's my home, but I did spend time at Lowndes Lane at times. Of course, I did. And then when I sold Vicarage Road, I lived at Lowndes Lane because I didn't have a house. And I registered there when I moved in there, she added. I had a very poorly child that was born at 23 weeks. I was told to switch the life support machine off. So it wasn't that there was a big conspiracy or of wanting to deceive or anything of that nature. It was a family trying to look out for each other during very difficult circumstances. Angela Rayner's eye injury. Back in 2017, Rayner was seen with an eye patch after an injury. She addressed the eye injury in a Facebook post on October 12, 2017. Many of you know that today L injured my eye and I was treated at St Thomas A&E department, then went into work and spoke on an urgent question to the government on higher education funding. The Tories came back with the tired usual responses, nothing new there then, she wrote alongside a photo of her with the eye patch at work. The condition of my eye wasn't improving, so directly after I had spoken at the dispatch box I went to Moorfields Eye Hospital where L received further treatment. I want to place on record my thanks to all the staff at St Thomas and Moorfields Eye Hospital for the wonderful care L received and the many well-wishers sending me their kind messages. Furthermore, I want to thank our leader Jeremy Corbyn, who could see I was in a lot of pain and arranged transport for me. He also made sure L wasn't at the hospital alone and had somebody with me. He has kept in touch asking how I am, such a caring man. I have been kept amused with lots of gags from all political sides. Pirate Angie, where you're parrot, you're a real treasure, etc., she added as she concluded the post.